So, Atletico strengthening if they get Conor Gallagher. Could they get Julian Alvarez from Manchester City as well?
Yeah, we know that talks have been taking place over the course of the weekend, and in the last half an hour or so, David Ornstein from The Athletic is reporting that this deal is edging closer. Crucially, he says, not done yet, but it is edging closer. Pep Guardiola was asked about this over the weekend, and he said there was nothing to say. In fact, he said he was looking forward to welcoming him back to Manchester after the Olympics.
Well, he said he's our player, didn't he?
Yep, he did. Alvarez himself, he has said that he'd make a decision after the Olympics in Paris as well. So that's the state of play, but we now understand that this is edging closer. But there's a knock-on to this as well, because Chelsea are in talks with Atletico Madrid striker Samu Omorodion about a deal which could be around £35 million. It's a bit of a transfer jigsaw, this, isn't it, with regards to strikers, Dharmesh?
Yeah, so with all of those deals potentially happening, the one we were talking about in the last couple of weeks was the potential swap that would see Romelu Lukaku go from Chelsea to Napoli and Victor Osimhen go from Napoli to Chelsea. Now, you just wonder if these deals for Julian Alvarez and Omorodion can go through, what impact that is going to have on a potential deal there. We do know that Napoli won't be involved in these deals. They still want Romelu Lukaku to come to the club because Antonio Conte is the head coach there. He's worked with Romelu Lukaku before. Lukaku was fantastic for them when they won the Serie A title back in 2021 under Antonio Conte. So it's little wonder why he wants to be reunited with him. We think that Chelsea would want around £35 million for him. But as part of that deal, Napoli are going to have to release Victor Osimhen, who's on massive money, who's got a huge release clause, and they would want some sort of permanent deal attached to that deal, whether it will be a permanent sale straight away, which, if they go for Omorodion, would they be able to afford another £100 million plus for Victor Osimhen? Or can they do it whereby it's a loan with an option that becomes an obligation at some point? So that's all going to still have to be discussed. We think that those discussions are still ongoing while these other deals are still happening. But, you know, it can make it slightly more problematic for a club, especially like Napoli, who have Victor Osimhen, who they've decided is basically not going to be part of the plans because they want to bring Romelu Lukaku. They had a pre-season friendly over the weekend against Girona, and Victor Osimhen wasn't involved at all for Napoli in that game, which probably sends a signal out. This is the intention of what we want to do. We want to bring Romelu Lukaku in, but we need Victor Osimhen to leave. There are lots of pieces in this jigsaw, and when you look at some of these pieces, it doesn't look like it could be completed. But if those talks can continue between Chelsea and Napoli, if Alvarez can still go to Atletico, if Omorodion can still go to Chelsea, and the other deal can still be discussed, there is a situation where everybody could be a winner in this one.
Apart from Manchester City, if Alvarez goes, Tim, because how are they going to get a striker of that quality to come in as a backup to Erling Haaland, and only a backup?
Not easy, but Manchester City will have prepared for this, so they'll have I'm sure, their alternatives, if you like, but let's wait and see whether this one gets done first. But I'm sure Manchester City have a contingency plan.